mpanyinfoɔ ka asɛm bi sɛ otu edubɔne ebi ka wɔn ano. Yɛnka stay ɛma way back 2024 a kyerɛ sɛ abusuafoɔ ne ɛyɛ campaign ɛrekɔ so ɛna ɛyɛ Okudzeto abakɔ a ɛde nsɛm bi bɛto abɔnten ɛfa Ghana yɛ presidential jet ho a kyerɛ sɛ ɔrekyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ ɛbɛtɔ abɔnten sɛ presidential jet wei fault wɔ mu a kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa. Ɛna Okudzeto bɛgyina abɔnten ɛkɔtena radio so keka nsɛm sɛ ɔboa ɛyɛ jet no ɛnyɛ hwee na ɛyɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɛpɛ ɛyɛ jet a kyerɛ sɛ obetumi adwale wɔ mu, obetumi ɛyɛ ɛho nsɛnsɛm bebree a kyerɛ sɛ ɛno nkɔfa nsɛnsɛm bebree baeɛ a kyerɛ sɛ presidential jet no yɛantumi antɔ foforɔ na ɛno na abɛdu ɔmo time ɛma Okudzeto koraa hyɛ bɔ bi sɛ sɛ ɔmo time ba na ɛyɛ NDC amanyɔkuo no ɛkɔtɔ anaasɛ ɔmo han presidential jet a ɔno ɔbɛ resign. Na ɛno na abusuafoɔ ɛbɛtɔ abɔnten sɛ John Dramani Mahama ɛrekɔpie mu wɔ Japan ɛne Singapore man mu na abusuafoɔ ɛno na ɔmo kɔhan ɛyɛ presidential ɔmo kɔhan private jet na ɛno na akɔfa nsɛm bebree aba. Ɛno nkɔ so a private jet mfiri sɛ wɔn han no nti no ɛbɛyɛ short na ɛno na ɛkɔbaa ne sɛ John Dramani Mahama president of Ghana kɔdu Dubai na wɔretwɛn sɛ obenya ɛyɛ jet foforɔ de atoa so a kyerɛ sɛ ɔtwɛn yɛ over 22 hours ama kyerɛ sɛ asisi abusuafoɔ. Time a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛyɛ John Dramani Mahama meeting a ɔwɔ sɛ ɔkɔduru na ɔne ɛyɛ Japan president ɛkɔdi nkɔmmɔ no wɔ delay over several hours na ɛno na abusuafoɔ akɔfa nsɛm bebree aba a ɔman Ghana mu ase kyerɛ sɛ abusuafoɔ ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa mɛpɛ sɛ ɔbɛmi akɔtie nsɛm no mu nkyɛmu yie paa. Yɛkɔba a deɛ ka ho bia mbɛbrɛ.
Unim sɛ ɛnra President John Dramani Mahama ɛnano kwesiada enwumre bɛ no nsia ɛna otu free Accra on an Emirates airline flight to Dubai. And Muamako Dubai, I mean roughly from Ghana to Dubai, roughly 7-8 hours. Ubedi. Enti President Mahama free Ghana enra kwesiada enwumre bɛ no nsia no okodru Dubai time 6 a.m. Anopa nunsia Dubai time and okokoduye. Anopa nunsia Dubai time 6 a.m. Do you know, sir, the president had to wait in Dubai. Now I was so chain with Dubai for 22 hours. 22 hours and I chain with Dubai just to catch connecting flight or they call a Tokyo, Japan. Inti Odru 6 a.m. which is Monday anopa Dubai time 6 a.m. no. Otu free Dubai Tuesday ahomachi 2:40 a.m. from Dubai to Japan. And he waited in Dubai for 22 hours. 22 hours. The President of the Republic of Ghana on an official trip of 22 hours. From Dubai to Tokyo, odi a 9-hour flight. In odi 9 hours on the flight. Odru Tokyo conference now all konebeba so ewo Yokohama. Ain't from Tokyo to Yokohama. And also a 2 hours 30 minutes on train. And the president was in a train, public passenger train. And odi free Tokyo, Echo, Yokohama. 2.5 hours. The President of the Republic. And all of the President has to go through all this stress because of Neomabi area politics. And I think for me, that is the biggest takeout from Sa. But Anya, why in heaven's name should our president go through the stress on an official visit? Because of Japan, he is going to Singapore. No free Singapore assign Abba back to Ghana. And look at him going through all these stress again. But Sentinel anything time NDC ewo opposition. Na omo pre ape to me no. In Simbia NDC fo bi ekekaye efa presidential travel so inti enne. Even when President Air call a long haul trip say, I biankonya a cute private jet be the bet me a found on the entourage, anyone wakwa. Direct near the one akko. But look at the stress. Look at the stress. Look at the stress. For the president will wait in Dubai for 22 hours. 22 hours. And now no pay Ofrigana Sunday. Ofrigana Sunday. And anopa. And Okudzeto Japan. Can you even believe it? You know. But because of insembia ya kika say ye petumia. Edi nobody can say omampenyi fa chata flight and our chata jeta. Uncover the most expensive, ostentatious private jet. If that happens, we have to criticize it. But we should not demonize the fact that Omampenyi Air private jet. But we saw that happen in this country. And the number one culprit, Honorable Samuel Okudzeto. You know, and some of these truths would have to be, we have to say them. Because na yan clean slate no and open fresh page. This clearly cannot go on because we cannot subject our president to some of these things. I mean, to wait for 22 hours. 22 hours. It's unbelievable. You know, it's unbelievable. And say abayi babeka private jet, makes a private jet. Presidential jet one sem krana na etwetwere wombo. Why? Because we're in this country when a member of parliament said, oh, presidential jet, can you believe it? Can you really believe that? And I believe if we want to have a conversation around retooling the Ghana Armed Forces, because I'm also here some new helicopters, at least from what has happened. If we need to have a conversation around acquiring a new presidential jet for the president, I think that conversation cannot be had until some public apology is rendered. And it's something that should happen. It's something that should happen. Because as I've said, the president cannot suffer for some indiscretion on the part of some of his party members who are now ministers of state. But how should a president traveling on a state visit move from Ghana Sunday enyumre and get to the destination Wednesday anopa? Really? To be waiting 22 hours transit ewo Dubai. Na watna train move from Tokyo to Yokohama, public train, passenger train, 2.5 hours. How should that happen? How should that happen? I am thinking, sir, if we would have this conversation around retooling the Ghana Armed Forces, around, if possible, sir, we would acquire even a new presidential jet. But that would have to go to, because we are told, sir, the presidential jet currently, you know, France are more rehabilitated. That process should continue, and we should get all our experts to go and examine that presidential jet and see state a womb. But I think the most important thing is a public apology. I would think, sir, the president would have to impress on his Minister of Foreign Affairs to apologize to the Ghanaian people. Of course, I would agree with him on the criticism of maybe the kind of presidential jet, another chartered flight, and another FI. Maybe it was too ostentatious. I mean, we can go into that argument and look at the hiring price, any BBR. But the comment he made about the presidential jet, that it was in very pristine, and the mass our word popular, pristine condition. If it was in pristine condition, then 8 months down the line, we cannot be having a conversation around acquiring a new presidential jet. And that's what I'm saying, sir. If we would have that conversation, then some apology would have to be rendered. It has to be rendered because that conversation cannot be had. But we need to have that conversation because this stress our Mampenyi go through should not be made to continue. No, it shouldn't. And I've said, sir, before we have that conversation,